Hi everybody. Okay, so part two of what was it I was talking about? Idiots, um, idiots and stuff. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. Um, the concept of when you say no to a narcissist because they lack whole object constancy and object relations, they cannot perceive you as being a mostly good person who happens to disagree. They either see you as perfect or flawed, period. And that's one reason why you get this polarized response to them, is because of that. So when you say no, you go from either being, okay, to suddenly being flawed. And that's what triggers the response, because you've changed states. So here's what you need to do. If you're going to say no to a narcissist, arm yourself with some knowledge first. First thing is, a no of any kind is a direct personal attack on them. It's not just a simple disagreement. You're attacking them because their ideas are the greatest, they're the best, they're the best ideas ever. And everybody should agree with them, and everybody should just see how awesome and perfect and good their ideas are. So when you say no, basically you're saying it's a bad idea, it's a horrible idea, you're stupid, everything else you do is stupid, all your ideas are stupid. You didn't say all that, but that's what a no means. That's how you end up hearing all of these accusations, which have a small shred of truth, but are mostly just fabricated, right? It's like, you never like any of the ideas I have. Everything I say, it doesn't matter what it is, you just gotta go shoot it down, blah, blah, blah. They freak out and they start spouting off all this stuff. And that's why, is because they don't have any middle ground. They don't, as my mother used to say, be able to eat the chicken and spit out the bones, right? They don't have that ability. It's either straight boneless chicken or bone. And I mean, honestly, how pissed off would you be if you ordered the grilled chicken and out came a chicken bone? You'd be pretty pissed off. Like, what the fuck is this? But that's one reason why they have such a reaction to hearing no that way. It's as if you ordered the boneless chicken and got the bone. Literally the one part that I didn't want, aka boneless chicken, and you come give me the bone. With less chicken? Where's the chicken? I'm sure if that ever actually happened to me and they brought out a plate with a chicken bone on it, I would seriously be like, dude, what the fuck is this? Right? So understand, that's sort of the ground that they're coming from. That's the basis that they're coming from, is they've given you the idea, and you give them the complete opposite, which is a no, and they can't see it for what it is. And so here's what they do. And in the first video, I used the phrase, never argue with an idiot, because they drag you down to their level, then beat you with experience. And there's an element of truth to that, but what the narcissist will do instead, they've now had a perceivable loss, right? By them, the loss of an idea. It did not get accepted. So their good idea failed to appeal to you. So that's failure. They don't do well with failure. They got to have a victory. So in comes the conflict, and I've talked about that before. They want conflict. They don't want resolution. They don't want to be right. They don't care about right or wrong. They don't care about facts or fiction. All they want is the fight, and they want the fight to be very fighty for as long as possible, right? So in comes the fighting, the conflict, what they want. But to have a victory, they can't change their mind, and they're not going to set themselves up to fail again, right? They might try it first, but the more you start giving solid no's, the easier they are to handle, because the next step in that parade is they're going to come at you with all this yip yap, yip yap, yip yap. But then what they do like I said earlier, all of those emotions that they've internalized where you're constantly attacking them, all of that stuff comes out, and they're going to have all of these barely truthful accusations, things that you would never say, things that you would never do. And I've said before, that's how they win so much, by putting you on the defensive first, by accusing you of things. You're in the defensive position. If I were afraid of heights, nobody would ever assume I was a skydiver if I'm constantly afraid of heights. Now, if I pretend I'm afraid of heights, that's an excellent cover to hide the fact I'm a skydiver, by taking every chance I get to pretend to be afraid of heights, right? So it's the same thing with them. They mask, they hide their intentions, they hide what they're doing by deliberately attacking you for the same things that are going on in their head. So literally, what they're accusing you of and attacking you on is how they feel about you. They're unable to process anything but their own feelings. And so as such, and they say, you're always antagonizing me, you're always fighting, you're always disagreeing with what I say. Well, that's exactly what they do, right? This is precisely what they do. They accuse you of the precise shit that they're doing at that moment. It's like, okay, yeah, you're literally attacking me right now. You're literally jumping down my throat right now. You're literally disagreeing with me right now by saying to me, you're always jumping down my throat. You're always disagreeing. Like, that's how it works. So what do? You don't engage it. A big mistake is to start saying, I never said that, I never did that. A big mistake is to go on the defensive because you haven't done anything wrong. However, when you start defending yourself, that betrays the sense that you have done something wrong, right? So, police use it all the time. They pull somebody in for questioning, and they immediately start defending themselves before they ever even ask a question. And they're like, whoa, we didn't ask any of that. Why are you being so defensive? Why are you being so defensive, right? And he's like, well, dude, because I didn't do any of that. And I'm like, well, why are you being so defensive? Maybe you are, right? So here's how you handle the idiot circus whenever they come at you. So you say no, they get pissed off. Here come the accusations for all of this barely truthful stuff. And this is what you say. You say, I can't control how you feel. I don't have the right to even tell you how to feel. But if that's how you feel, I don't control that. I can't control your feelings. All I can tell you is I disagree, and I don't want that. However you feel about it is up to you. I can't tell you how to feel, and I don't control how you feel. But my answer is no. Now, can we go eat? Because I'm hungry. Change the subject. Get it on something productive. You just stand your ground. And if they say, I don't understand why you want to say no, don't start explaining yourself. Never explain yourself when you tell somebody no. You don't owe them an explanation. Not only that, but they get you to explain it so they can pick apart your logic and manipulate you and recruit you to their way of thinking. If the answer was a no right off the bat, it needs to stay a no, period. Because your first instinct was right. You let them get in your head and pull you to their way of thinking. So you say no, and they say, well, why? I don't understand why you're so opposed to it. Because I don't want to. There has to be a desire to do something, and I don't have that desire, right? And whenever they say, well, you're always blah, 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 you say, I've come to accept the fact that, I've come to accept this flawed perception you have of me where I'm either hot or cold. That's not the case. I can accept that. You have this perception that I'm either up there with you kittens and glitter, or I'm flawed and terribly against you. It's always one or the other, and I can accept that. I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that you have this flawed perception. But my answer is no, I don't want to. And they keep on and say, why isn't that enough? Can't you just say okay? That's a good one. When they keep on and you say no, and they don't let it go. You say, can't you just say okay or whatever? Like, why are you unable to just say okay? We don't have to agree about everything all the time. In fact, if we did, that'd be fucking weird, wouldn't it? Learn to be able to disagree. It's a no for me. You know? Period. So yeah, wrapping it up. No is a personal is a personal attack on them. Don't explain yourself. Don't defend yourself. You just stick to your guns and say, no, I don't want to. That's why. You know, why are you saying no? I just don't want to. Yeah, but why? I feel like I've answered that already. Why do you keep asking the same questions, wanting a different answer? You know? You say, look, I don't have to agree with you on everything, and I'm not going to. I don't have to explain myself. I don't owe you an explanation. Other than I don't want to, and I said no. Why can't you respect a no? You don't want to answer that either? Oh, well, okay, well then go fuck yourself. You know? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, or share. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you.